Previously on Critically Stupid.
Holy shit! It's another episode of Critically Stupid, my favorite D&D podcast on the entirety of the internet. And I'm so excited that you're here to join me for it. I'm here to refresh your memories for last week's beautiful episode and the events in it. The first one, as we approach the Church of Barovia, and I say church in quotes because really it looks more like a bomb shelter. There's a big, burly, jacked man on the outside by the name of Will Atticus, who is named after the lovely @Quandary3 on Twitter. And Mr. Atticus said that the priest had not come out in many weeks. When inevitably we make our way inside, we find the priest, who is a shattered man. He tells us that his son, who was recently involved in a raid on Castle Strahd, he's not doing too hot. We make our way down into the basement of the church, where we find his son, and coincidentally also we find a vampire spawn. But yet there was only one person down there. His son's a vampire. Yeah, it's a real bummer. However, in an effort to save his life and soul, the priest did give his son a holy object, a holy symbol, to help ward off the curse. It might be better if you actually do forget what the holy symbol was. But, in order to prove himself to us and everyone watching, the vampire passed the test and didn't lap up the hot red blood dripping from my palm onto the ground, and his teeth retracted. He gave us the holy symbol back as a sign to his father that his soul remained and that there is hope after all. Now that the dead are buried, let's go make some more, huh? I got this for my 21st birthday. I remember my parents got me a whole bunch of books, and I did ask for all of those books, so I was like, oh, hell yeah.
He used the sword to cleave them in twain.
And then I turned around, and there was a sword on the couch, or on the chair. I'm like, holy shit.
That's really confusing, actually, to me, Garion, because I thought you were 16. So how did you get them for your 21st birthday? Please explain that to me.
No, I am 16 years old, but I've had 21 birthdays.
Okay.
Perfect sense. Thank you. I'm obvious. That was the obvious answer. I don't know how we all
feel kind of stupid.
You can
actually
say anything you fucking want if you're holding a sword, so
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to soon to be world famous Dungeons and Dragons comedy podcast, Critically Stupid. I am Alexander James. I am your dungeon master. I am your best friend, and I am your tattoo enthusiast. I love only the good ones, and I have no bad ones, unlike some other people out in the world who shall remain nameless for now. My favorite part of last episode was the split that Anthony is so delicately walking between Anthony, the person, could might as well be Van Helsing for all he knows about monsters and loves cryptids, but his character doesn't know shit, and he's got to walk that line so very carefully. And last week he said something vampires. I don't know anything about those, but I know zombies pretty well. I thought it was really funny. Apollo, why don't you go next?
Oh God. Okay. What was the thing? Hey y'all, my name is Apollo. I play Julian Ironblade, the party cleric, not an accountant, hashtag not an accountant. And my favorite part of last episode was where we were going to approach the situation of approaching, a hungry, potentially ravenous vampire with caution and tactic. Fucking Garion the person walked in and said, yeah, I walk in, I slice my hand open, I say, come get some. And me, Apollo, went, no, don't do that. No, that's bad.
Be like
Dianna.
Hi, my name is Diana. I play Mel. I also have the Wolf Pup, Josh O'Patrick, Josh Pat J. Peasy. I don't have a favorite part of last episode. I know you're thinking it's because I don't remember anything. That's partially true. The other part is like it was so butt plug centric that I refuse. Anthony.
I'm Anthony. I play Arnold the Bard. I also had the opposite effect of Diana. I just remember all the butt plugs stuff, and I just think it's my favorite. I was just like, oh man, all butt plugs all day. Oops, all butt plugs. Let's go.
Oops, all butt plugs. My favorite cereal.
You said cereal?
So no, the bog, of course, that was so freaking fun. It was ridiculous, and what I really loved was that like we are on this show, and Alex, who is not obligated to go along with our ridiculousness, is the god of this thing, was like, I will allow it, and then it just happened, and this is a real thing that happened in the world, and he kind of threaded that needle not so poorly, given the fact that it was a butt plug. I'll say that, like that was pretty well done, given the fact that there was a butt plug involved. But Gary,
He plugged it up.
Hello, everybody. Hi, everyone. I am part of the problem, and I play Gareth. I also have Constance the kitten with his magic hat, a magic book that is a collection of hats. Canonically, he looks like whatever you think the cutest kind of cat is. My favorite part of last episode was when we all went to group up by the door, and then Arnold was like, just in case you didn't want to split party anymore, I'm going to split up again and go talk to the priest, just in case we missed anything.
I liked it, honestly. Ask for what you want, otherwise you're not going to get it. Okay, we are going to start as always with our cold open. We're going to keep it pretty tame today. We're going to keep it very mellow, very low key. I would like for you, please, to build for me the demon Strahd's carriage. So ostensibly, he uses it to get around the Valley of Barovia when he's not using his otherworldly powers of ambulation. So we'll start with my girl Diana. Diana, what? Just okay. What creature or creatures pull Strahd's carriage?
It's actually pulled by like a bunch of sled dogs.
Cute. Okay. Are these like
it's so adorable?
Are they regular dogs? Are they like supersized? Do they have like sort of haunted vampire werewolfy features?
They are
Can you make them a little bit evil so we don't feel bad about inevitably having to fight them?
they're actually they look like corgis, but they're big like wolves.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
Okay. It's so cute.
That's
I feel like our Strahd's gonna end up being like Martin Short. Like something's gonna go. We're doing this wrong. It's gonna be Martin Short.
Actually, I side with Strahd. Sorry.
Yeah,
he has cool dogs.
Also, Garion, I think the day you roll against a dog is the day Diana leaves this show.
That's why I was gonna like make them, I don't know, like slugs, just big slugs.
I didn't say they're evil. Like they can't help who they happen to be in the employ of.
Wait,
maybe
so now they're tortured,
rescued.
sad dogs because they don't.
Yeah, maybe
like
they
the
need
evil
to
guy
be rescued.
So
maybe this is how my character gets more dogs. Finally.
Also, Garion, you hate to see it. One of them's in a little like one of those
one of
sets because
the
their back legs don't work.
Yeah, because it's one of the paralyzed dogs. Probably because of how hard Strahd has been whipping it, because the dogs, they're tortured, sad dogs who hate Strahd and don't like their. Sorry.
All right, we're gonna pull out of Garion's weird dog hole.
Strahd's whipping it. We're pulling
We're
out.
pulling out of fucking what?
I'm sorry, Apollo. What is the carriage made out of?
Oh God. The material that a disco ball is made out of?
Yes, absolutely.
It's made out of that, which makes absolutely no sense because no direct sunlight hits Barovia.
Yeah.
So it just kind of reflects the shadows. It's a sad disco ball.
It's a
Have you ever?
It's a disco ball in a dark room. I love
It's
it.
a disco. It's a cracked, broken disco ball in a dark room that has seen some things and is sad about it.
I love that so much.
The disco ball was there when disco
ball.
was killed.
Diana is that disco ball. Diana's the sad
100%.
disco ball.
That has seen some stuff and is really sad about
There's
it.
a little sticker of Diana's face on it.
Anthony, who or what drives this carriage? Not the dogs, they pull it, but like who controls the dogs?
Right.
Who's whipping the poor corgi?
Hey,
Oh, God.
maybe it's like an air horn thing to make them go faster. Let's not hurt any fantasy dogs, please.
It's probably just like a dog.
It's a clown horn.
Or that.
No, I'm gonna say since I like the idea of like this monstery world that we're building with Barovia, I want it to be like a kind of Frankensteinian creature, but something that's like really malleable. And I like the idea of a slug because I like a slug creature. So let's go with something like that, where it's like this like kind of okay, let's go with like this old odd snail hunchback. So he has like the snail shell as his hunch, just
Nice.
like this really cool hunchback with like these cool stalks for eyes.
Hell
But
yeah.
he's been like cut up and beat up over time. But he's just aggressive as as the night is long in Barovia. So.
Okay, I like that. That's
The
weird as
reins
hell.
are just like long things of slime.
Yes.
Okay, Garion, what gruesome trophy hangs from this carriage?
I'm so glad you asked. It is the skull of a reindeer with huge antlers, meaning that it was a very old and wise reindeer.
Okay,
Aw.
what was the reindeer's name?
I'm so glad you asked. It was, in fact, Prancer.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's
Strahd
my
killed
top
one
3
of
of Santa's reindeer.
Yeah, I mean, we took out the big man himself, so they were
Yeah.
all just unemployed.
It's true.
Didn't those reindeer
And
eat people?
yeah, they were very
They did.
carnivorous. Maybe that's why they were hanging out.
That's
with Strahd.
why they were hunted for sport. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's not for sport. That's a public service at that point.
we
Strahd's a
are
good
going
guy.
to leave the carriage for a
He's got
second.
corgis pulling
We'll
him.
come back. The cutest corgis will return at some point in this episode. Really quick before we dive into you Bing Bongs, I want to talk about a facet of the campaign that we're playing that's a little bit different from other Curse of Strahd campaigns. We are playing a variation of this campaign called the Points of Light module, or the Point of Light way of playing Curse of Strahd. Essentially, the Vampire Lord Strahd has this entire domain blanketed in darkness, both metaphorical and literal. The sun never shines, and everybody who lives here is fucking miserable because of the machinations of how he runs it, and because it is an extension of his soul and body and mind. Therefore, part of your battle against Strahd will be overturning this darkness that he has pressed against this land. You did it for the first time last episode by consecrating the bodies and returning Father Donovan's son to him and not killing the kid. So you guys stacked a
way to
point
go.
in your flavor.
We didn't even know about it.
You didn't, which is why I'm talking about it now. So I thought it would pair very nicely with the sort of upbeat, perky mentality that all 4 of you bring to not only this game, but everyday life. As sort of a counterpoint to, like, you really get a chance to sort of shine through and display how well all 4 of you really just like
All
fight
4 of us.
fight against the
most
darkness.
optimistic people
The most
in Barovia.
optimistic, the chirpiest, the happiest, and I see you all as beacons of light in your personal lives, and I can't
See,
wait.
it's funny 'cause Bad. It's funny because we're not the things he's saying. Hey everybody, it's me. Joke explained with Garion Neuse. We're not chipper.
I think I need Anthony to like write you a musical stinger for you when you explain jokes.
Yeah,
so it can be
just-
like
We're sad.
Anthony.
No, I just quick question, just above table. So those points you're talking, like those like spiritual, like those soul points that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Is that something that you're going to tell us objectively? Like, all right, you guys got 3 more of those points today, like fate points.
No,
or is it just something that
it's not going to be like, I'm not going to have like a threshold of like, okay, you guys got to 50. Now you can do whatever. Cool. I just wanted you guys to know, like, that is a mechanic of this campaign that we're playing. So any opportunity you all see to sort of like spread the light that you have started here in Barovia, that's going to work in your favor. I'm also going to present you with scenarios with sort of like moral quandaries and let you guys sort of like figure it out, because all 4 of you are great at it.
The moral quandary is just like, are you gonna kill this guy? He's done nothing wrong.
100%. Listen, if you'd said yes to assigning actual points, I was going to say that I will not be tracking those either.
Shocking, honestly. Let me show you my surprise face.
Moral quandary is like a child comes up to you and asks very nicely for a cigarette, and Garath gives him one immediately. Ah, damn it, you failed.
I thought you were gonna say
the kid wants to be cool. Who are we to deny him that?
And he asked nicely.
He said,
please. Say a
please.
child approaches and asks not to be murdered. Diana, however, knocks an arrow.
Number 1 kid killer, Mel. Okay. No, that's a joke. That's a joke. Mel has never slain
Mel,
a
actually,
child.
I was going to say, she actually cared about the kids last campaign.
She's the one that pushed that narrative more than anyone else.
Yeah, if you'll remember who did not give a fuck about the child and who lied to his face twice in a row, I think Garath is the number 1 child hater in this group.
It's important to get that out of the way. Okay. Let's dive in on you 4 bing bongs. It is time to leave Barovia. You have been given supplies by
fucking God.
Ismark, Izzy Kolyanovich, and his sister Christina. So let's say you are standing in front of one of the many gates leading out of the city with 4 horses and some packs. I will tell you right now, off the jump, I am not tracking personalities of these horses. I don't give a fuck what kind of horses they are. They are a means to an end. If you give them
my horse is brave.
If you give them names and mannerisms, that's fine. I will not be remembering that. You will have to control the social interactions of your horses on your own.
Are you sure you want to give us that power, bestie?
You know what? Yeah, I am. I feel like you guys are responsible enough to take care of imaginary horses that only exist for 2 hours every Sunday.
That we have control over everything about them?
Garath has a white stallion.
You want to give us that power?
Garath has a white
after the
stallion.
butt plug fiasco, you want...
All right, you know what? Yeah, let's take a quick fucking second here. Everybody tell me about your horse.
I would like
okay, my horse's name is Mary Shelley. I love him.
Okay, Garath has a white stallion whose name is Chestnut. Doesn't make sense. It's the kind of horse that has like real like hairy legs, so it kind of looks like it's wearing bell-bottom jeans. You know the ones.
Nice. Julian's horse is a gray. It's called Bell, short for Bellerothon. That's it.
Hell yeah,
love it.
Diana.
My horse is dark like my soul. Mel did not give it a name because she figures she's going to ask the horse its name later, because she thinks that animals should have more of a say in what they want to be called.
The rest of us just call the horse dark like her soul. That's
like such a racing horse name too. I'm here
Ebony
for it.
Darkness Dimensional Raven Way, actually.
You know, it's hilarious. As soon as she does talk to animals to ask the horse's name, it says dark like her soul. So
well, that works out then.
It worked out.
Perfect.
Thank God I don't have to be part of that exchange as the horse.
Actually, I'll come up with something later.
Great. Okay, so a couple of quick scenes with each of you with people you've already met. Yes, Gary.
Anthony did not get to describe his horse.
I just said that. His name is Mary Shelley, and I'm just, he's specifically, he's a bit of a mule is the thing. He's not an actual horse. He's trying to fit in.
Donkey.
He's a donkey, yeah. He's not great. But but Arnold believes in him with his full heart. Like
We set off and we hear it. I can't do horse sounds. I don't know what
He
they're trying to
actually
do there.
leans. He actually, as you're walking right past him, he goes like leans down and says, "Hey man, I can speak human. I'm not supposed to be here."
Just two guys in a donkey costume.
I'm also not supposed to be
We
here.
were
So,
two.
like,
We
we're
were
gonna
just
get through
two
this together.
guys at a kids' party, and we wandered into the shadowy corner, and now we're here.
We all run into the shadowy corners of life, friend, and I will be here with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Stop it. I'm cutting in here to do a quick scene with each of you. So Arnold, Father Donovan's son comes up to you. I see this as you guys are like packing up, getting ready to leave town, sort of saying your goodbyes to the citizens of Barovia, unknown when you will see them again. But Daru comes up to you and says, "Hey, excuse me, Arnold, you got a quick second?"
Oh yeah, of course. Hang on one second. Hey, Mary, I will be right back. Don't mind me. I'm so sorry. Just go about your situation.
Okay. I'm now also playing Mary the Horse.
Yes, you are
Apparently,
You're playing all of the horses.
Yeah, Apollo, you're now doing the horses.
Apollo, you're all of the
Exactly.
horses. I didn't realize I could just offload my NPC work to you guys. That's
No,
fucking
no,
great
no.
news.
Only the horses.
Is it just the horses?
And not animals or creatures, just specifically horses.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, so so I'm like, oh, of course. What do you need?
Listen, I heard you talking a little bit about you're all about friends, right? Like that's your whole situation.
Oh, absolutely. And so I pull out my notebook, and it's specifically my friend notebook, and I'm just like, oh yeah, as you can see, I've written chronologically all of the friends that I've ever made in this notebook. You're right here, actually. I mean, on page 4,576.
I hope the cover of the notebook is just Gareth's face.
Especially Gareth's stickers just sort of like all over it. Daru says, so listen, I didn't go on this sort of rebellion against Strahd all on my own. I had friends that I went with that didn't make it back. And that's fine because most of them were kind of shitty friends that bullied me in high school or whatever. But
all of my best friends have bullied me, including everyone here and Mary. Say terrible things about me sometimes. Just saying, but still best friends.
I'm sorry, your horse bullied you?
It's a whole thing. I don't want to get into it. This is about you right now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take that time. Let me just
No, yeah, sure. I'll just sort of sit on that. I went with my best friend Leviticus. His parents call him Levi, is what everybody calls him. He's sort of like a stocky guy. He's got black hair. He's actually got a tattoo on his face of teardrop.
A teardrop tattoo.
But there's there's like light coming out of it. Listen, Levi's not very smart. So he's got a face tattoo and his name is Levi. And just like if you could like keep an eye out for him. I mean, like I know the chances of him being alive are like, you know what I mean? But like I'd still prefer.
Can I ask you, about Levi? What was the last time you saw? Like, where was Levi just going off to battle with everyone else?
Oh no, the last time I saw him, he was sort of screaming his last breath in agony in the basement of Castle Ravenloft as Radahan sort of like bit him and interrogated him while I had to listen and sort of wait. But hope springs eternal.
Yeah, so is he okay?
Yeah. So are you saying? Wait. So he was bitten. Do you mean like in a spicy way or like in a dangerous way?
Hey,
what do you mean?
He had pants on at the time, bro. Like I don't really.
That doesn't narrow it down for me. I often do things with pants on that are spicy and or dangerous.
I am 100% interpreting all of Apollo's reactions as being the reactions of the donkey.
Of the donkey.
Yeah.
Apollo's deep in character right now.
As
the donkey.
Yeah.
Why is that the best?
Okay. He says, yeah, I know. I don't know if it was sort of like a spicy sort of like turn him into a vampire sort of scenario.
Wait, he's a vampire? You could be turned into a vampire?
Yeah, bro. Like you saw that whole thing you were there. You saw me come back from being a vampire.
Oh, so you can bring. Okay, you're right. So since we could bring people back, if Levi was bitten and turned, we could bring him back, right?
If he's alive, yeah, sure. But if Radahan sort of murked him with a club right there, or stuck him in a shaft of sunlight, or dropped a boulder on his head, or any of the number of things that Radahan
I thought there was no sunlight in Barovia.
In his free time, there's actually a little bit in Castle Ravenloft. Strahd
there's
are you telling me? Hang on. So Arnold
specifically used for killing newly spawned vampires.
That's what I was gonna say. So Arnold started taking notes about the boulder. He's like, so boulders are dangerous to vampire types. Okay, got it. So,
well, no,
specifically boulders kill vampires.
Yeah. So it's the big list. You know, it's boulders, daylight, garlic that's raw, not cooked. He loves the carbonara.
Wait, if you cook the garlic, it doesn't hurt the vampires?
Yeah. Little known secret. So like a roasted garlic confit, Strahd's all fine. But like you stuff some raw garlic in a wound, slam bam, thank you, ma'am. Suddenly he's toast.
A confit, you pretentious asshole.
Yeah, confit is fine, but toast is terrible. Get it?
Get this man some garlic bread.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll keep it on. Can you tell me a little bit about like what your friend looks like? Does he have any like distinguishing features aside from being a vampire?
Face tattoo.
The tattoo.
Oh, I'm
the
sorry.
black hair.
Listen, I've been drinking.
How did
I don't remember the face tattoo. What did he say?
He's a short man with black hair.
I remember
wearing a green.
I remember short and stubby, and that
face
was
tattoo,
it.
Teardrop with a little bit of sunlight.
Oh,
on it.
teardrop. The teardrop. I'm sorry,
then...
guys. Levi is one of my friends on Facebook and Twitter and everywhere. So I was like, hey, that's not what Levi looks like. Levi is a they. And like, so my brain was like, that's not Levi at all. And so that's what happened. Sorry.
So the Levi that I am describing is actually Omegan Smiles on Twitter. He's one of our listeners. It is Anthony's friend.
It's they, by the way.
I'm so sorry. They are Anthony's friends. Thank you so much. So I'm using that name to describe this Levi, which makes sense why Anthony got confused. However,
it's so funny. I'm sorry, but to imagine that like the DM is just like, this is John. He's blonde, and you to be like, I know a John, and he's not blonde. This DM must be fucking tripping balls. I don't know what he's on about.
Okay.
That's actually not canon. Sorry.
Levi in this story, Anthony, is a short, stocky, black-haired man with a teardrop tattoo with some sunlight coming out of it.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a bad tattoo.
So I make a note of that. Okay, cool.
Mel.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Mel. A couple episodes ago, I'm telling you this because I'm assuming you don't remember. A woman burst into Izzy and Christina's house crying about her daughter being missing. Her daughter's name was Gertruda. You never got the woman's name. That same woman, I'm assuming Mel would remember because Diana forgot. That same woman comes up to you as you guys are packing up and says, "Oh, excuse me, ma'am, could I know you're leaving, but could I borrow just a quick second of your time?"
You must.
That's the spirit. So my daughter is missing, and I'm really...
Sounds like a you problem. Let's get out of here. Just kidding.
All right, nice chat. We gotta hit the road.
No, it's cool. I'll just go fuck myself.
That's the spirit.
I was just because you strike me as a wilderness person, as somebody that's sort of like seen some shit. If you could just keep an eye out and maybe help return my daughter, I would be very, very grateful. You just seem very, very confident and I swear to God, I was about to say full of yourself, and that's not what I meant. But like, you just seem very.
Is this because I called you a pretentious asshole earlier?
She just turns on a huge dime. She's like, you seem very confident and full of yourself and cocky, and you're a fucking prick, and I don't like your goddamn attitude.
But she says, I would just very much appreciate it if you could help me find my little girl. Gertruda is her name. She's 10 years old. And you'll notice she has a green cloak on. That's what she's got going on.
You're assuming a 10-year-old is kept on their fucking cloak. Have you ever met a 10-year-old? Like, do you even know your daughter? How did Gertruda come to be lost?
Oh, she's always been a very vivacious child, always sneaking off to get into adventures.
You're a bad parent. Okay, got it. Okay. Is there anything like physically distinguishing on Gertruda? Not a cloak that the child has very probably lost? And if you say a teardrop tattoo, I'm a rage quit, bestie.
she's got
you should at this point. Just do it.
She has a tattoo on her face. It's a unicorn jumping over a rainbow over her left eye.
That's badass. Holy shit.
Do we want to go with this?
Whoa.
Is this the actual response? Will I
like
write
a
this down in my
permanent
notes?
tattoo?
No, it's an arcane tattoo that she got for 1 year. I saved up for 6 months so I could buy it for her birthday last year.
How much time we got left on this tattoo then?
About 4.5 weeks. Is her
Okay,
her
is there
birthday
anything
soon.
else that's physically distinguishable in the event it takes us longer?
Yeah,
5
she's
weeks.
she's got a club foot. I don't know what she's got a tattoo and a green cloak, and that's like what I got for you.
Neither of which is permanent. I'm looking for something permanent.
Her hair is blonde. She's blonde, and she's very nice. She's very sweet. She'll probably say hi to you and introduce herself and tell you all about the adventures that she's on. And I was just really scared for her.
If I see her, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go out of my way, but if that might have been Diana. I'm sorry.
Wow, Diana, the energy that you are bringing to this interaction is
It's the
fucking
holding the wine
insane.
so close to the camera for me, sloshing it around like, girl, if
I'm in
see
so
her,
much
I'll
pain,
kill
I wanna
Listen
you.
here,
die.
woman.
No, you're so real.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
real.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, of course. If we see her, we will be sure to take her, with us. My wolf pup. You might have seen him. He's real cute. He's actually really good at sniffing out. If you had something of hers for him to sniff, it might help him.
Oh yes, I actually have here, and she pulls out like a patterned scarf. And she says,
Perfect.
this was actually I brought it because I thought well your dog is so cute that he might be able to help. So here, please. And she hands it to you. She holds it out uncertainly, like, are you or Josh Bag gonna take it?
I'm gonna take it for right this second.
Okay.
You just start wearing it.
No, I'll take it over to Josh Pat separately of this interaction with her, so him and I can focus on what he's going to be like. It's a whole training thing,
The
okay?
task at hand. Absolutely, I get it. Apollo, Christina Kolyanovich comes up to you as you guys are packing up. I see Apollo sort of like adjusting the many books that you've taken into your saddlebags, making sure everything sits right for the journey ahead. And she says, oh, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but would you mind if I asked you terribly a question, Mr. Ironblade?
That's the same voice. I'm sorry.
You have got to chill.
Okay, now do a better one.
Beto's basically what it was. Do it. That's okay. But like, you want a second take on that?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course. I was actually going to look for yourself and your brother. I have some questions for you as well.
Oh, this could be a fantastic exchange. I wanted actually your advice. So I try not to tell too many people because it might freak out the citizens of this fair village. But the demon Strahd has sort of focused his attention on me, and it's very alarming. And my brother thinks that it is advisable that I travel to Vallaki to stay there at the Church of St. Angels and hide myself away from the demon Strahd's visage, although it strikes me as a terribly cowardly act and abandoning the good people of this village. And you seem like you have a good solid head on your shoulders, and you use the brain inside of it more than your other three compatriots. And I was wondering if you what you thought of this. Am I wrong?
Yes.
I mean,
So
there's a
wrong.
reason he's our accountant, you know?
I mean, come on.
Come on,
That was pretty
guys,
smart.
please. Say, yeah, of course. Do you have an idea why he may be focusing on you more than anybody else?
I have heard my fair share of rumors, and he has left me one or two notes, and he believes that I possess the fated soul of one of his past brides.
Oh, good.
So she's hot.
Oh, she's pretty hot. This woman's pretty
I'm
hot.
guessing that's the real reason why.
But I also have never been one to shy away from a fight ever in my life, and so if this demon means to come and claim me as one of his own, more than capable of, I think, removing his head from his shoulders and showing him exactly who my soul belongs to, and that is me.
Yeah, that checks. Oh wait, it starts going through his notes. Like, okay, someone ages ago, a researcher did say that the souls of the mists, reincarnation is a thing here for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's the souls that were here when the mists came to Barovia is the same amount of souls. So your soul that is just being, for lack of a better word, just recycled into new people, and Strahd might just be trying to chase after his original. Okay, that makes that in theory makes sense.
So cute.
No, it's stalkery actually, but anyway,
Sucks real bad, guys.
it's
That's above
it's,
table. This part of this game sucks real bad.
It's real bad.
That's like
That's kinda icky.
that's like your grandparents' love story where like they tell it like it's a cute story, but it's like he was outside of my house and I said no, but he just would not leave me alone for weeks until I gave in.
It sounds like
call the cops.
Yeah, it's like the Twilight imprinting thing where it's
There's
like
a whole-
Strahd must have seen her as a child. Like
Yes,
this is
like there's
insane.
a whole part of this module where it's like Strahd's claim on Christina, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. It's weird.
Nope.
That's
Yeah.
nasty.
Respectfully, you're
Don't
the
love it.
DM.
Like
Just
that.
don't do it.
I'm not going to. That's how I'm changing it right now in this moment in this scene.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, Julian just says,
I hope one of
"Yeah."
his corgis eats him.
Oh, they're made.
I mean, I don't think anybody else in the group will have any objections to you traveling with us. You are an extremely capable fighter.
I like the idea. I like the idea that this woman just looks like his ex-lover, but one of the corgis is spiritually.
And they're so jealous. They're so jealous.
I mean, you know, corgis are the most jealous of all dogs.
Yeah, of course.
It's the paralyzed one too.
Oh god.
Extra cute.
The trauma inflicted by Strahd, of course.
No, I would be more than happy to do my fair share in
Mhm.
helping with any troubles that may come on the road.
How far away from Wallaki are we? Would you know?
It is quite a ride. It's on the other end of the valley. I think perhaps 5, maybe even 8 days if we encounter bad roads or washed out
Okay.
turnabouts.
Would you allow me to cast some magic on you?
That would entirely depend on the spell.
Yeah.
Sort of transmuting me into a frog would be not ideal.
Our word kill.
If this is just my speculation going, but if Strahd is keeping tabs on you, he may have access to divination magic to discern your location. I can cast a protective spell on you that would obscure you from any such magic for a limited amount of time, only a few hours, but it would maybe help cover our tracks as we leave the town. And then I could, every other day, try to cast it on you again, just to try obscure, so that he won't have a direct route of where we're going.
I think that would be quite wise, and it would also protect the villagers here of my lovely town, and of course my dear brother, who has done nothing wrong and deserves no ill fate.
Yeah, I'm just gonna extend my hand out, touch her on her shoulder, and then just the same way that similarly the shield of faith, just that she gets enveloped in this sort of crystal of refracted light, and I'm gonna cast non-detection on her.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that will cover us for leaving Barovia. I had a couple questions, if that's all right.
Of course, yes, please.
Your brother has been very helpful and your brother has been very passionate.
What a reframe.
Yeah.
And I know that I believe he means well. How did he escape? If only he made it out from when he brought the villagers to try storm the castle.
Because he's a plant.
Why is he the only one how did he escape? How did he make it out alive?
Oh, he's only told me the story once before, and he was deeply drunk in the middle of a thunderstorm, and
Okay.
he found the bravery to tell me about the battle that he fought clawing his way tooth and nail from Castle Ravenloft. It is a horrible story. And he faced
Okay.
many challenges and trials, but it was a miraculous escape.
Lies.
Okay, miracles. I'm going to when I write this down in my notes in my journal, I am going to have it as unexplained as of yet.
Mel's gonna write next to it at some point. He's a plant.
Mel reaches in with her own pen.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Like, hey yo, obviously he's
Ah.
keeping tracks of his fucking reincarnated lover here.
Gareth reaches in with his own pen and just like scribbles.
It's
Draws a
just a
picture.
smiley
Draws
face.
something,
Like,
something
guys,
random.
stop. Guys,
I love
stop.
that Julian's like, no, stop it. This is my notebook.
Guys, fuck off.
I use Mage Hand to continue Garrett's drawing. Just
I gain access to the Globe of Invulnerability spell. I cast it. I do not have that yet.
Don't touch my notebook.
Literally. Okay. The second thing I wanted to ask was, Doru mentioned that he was turned by someone who is close to Strahd, called Radahan. Do you know what this vampire might look like? Because when the town was under siege by the horde of undead, I might be pulling at strings here, but I saw this elven man just atop a horse observing.
I've never heard that name before, but Strahd's network of whispers and henchmen knows almost no bounds. It's almost impossible to trust even your neighbor outside of Barovia. Of course, nobody here would betray anyone that lived within our walls. But everybody
your
else in the
brother.
valley is potentially works for Strahd. So it's impossible to say. But I've never heard of Radahan before. He sounds like a most fearful creature.
Okay. I'll consult with Doris since he would have had it. Well, he definitely had an up close personal experience with him. But yes, thank you very much. I don't think anybody will. Mel might. I don't think the majority. If it comes down to a vote, people will be outvoted. We would be happy to escort you to Wallaki.
Oh,
The way that Gareth looks at him would be a tie.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything to do in town before you guys leave, or have this scene with Christina about whether you're going to take her or not? We'll resolve that before.
Everybody got a fun little goodbye scene, but Gareth.
Of course.
I mean, that's
forgot.
fine.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I was saving the best for last, Gareth.
Cool.
Garrett's just over there talking to the fucking mule.
Gareth is just at the like, guys, fucking come on.
I like to think that Garrett's like looking at the middle of the mule, like there's gotta be a seam. Garrett,
Don't talk to the horses. It's fine.
The broad-shouldered, scowling form of Bildrath walks up to you out of the mists pervading this valley and this town, and says, "Hey, excuse me. You still have my my hammer? I would require it back." That's not this guy's voice. I'll find it.
It's close enough.
No, it's fine. He's a Delph. He can sound whatever he wants like.
Is he? I gotta start talking to this character different.
Yeah, sorry.
I gotta know how you're picturing him. Fill me in.
I forgot to describe. He's got sort of like charcoal locks drawn back in a bun. He's got a stick and poke tattoo of a pine tree dangling from his neck, sort of like the roots extending onto his chest. And
Apollo enters Barovia.
And he has knuckle tattoos that says "Love Hard."
I'd fuck with it. Okay, continue.
Knuckle tattoos that says
Till the
AI
tavern
generated.
turns to rubble.
That man, like the tree that's tattooed on his neck.
He looks at you, Gareth, and says he demands his hammer back, or his club.
I mean,
well, we are going off on a dangerous quest. Don't you think that we should keep it for safekeeping?
Sorry, I really liked AI generated because you could fit it on all those fingers.
All right. He says, yes, it exists. It exists for the safekeeping my shop from zombies.
No, but
Apollo! Holy shit!
Apollo said till he's shooting nothing but dust.
For the
Until
audio only
the-
listeners, Apollo just messaged the group and said, till he's shooting nothing but dust.
In my defense, that was
Until
meant
the
to be at the
room
end to Diana.
stinks.
That was meant to be at the end to Diana, but hey, look, it's okay. I like how in the first couple episodes I was like, no, my mom said she listened to this, and now I just say the most down horrendous things.
That's how it started out.
That's
Like
always how it
early
goes.
episodes to now. There's
Hey
just
mom,
a
if you're
credits,
listening,
Slippery
I'm
slope
so
very
sorry.
quickly.
Apollo's mom, we love you so much. Thank you so much for
So
listening.
much.
Alex's
Thank you.
mom thinks I'm hot.
That's a fact. That's canonical.
Nice.
Garion.
So he says he needs it for his safekeeping from zombies in the shop. We're actually gonna go and kill all the zombies at the source. So, just logically speaking, yeah, go now, yeah. He's starts hitting the reins.
All right. Have you been sitting on your horse this whole time? Be honest.
I do think that's very funny that Gareth is just impatiently he's already packed and waiting to go, and they're fucking chatting away for no reason. I'm like, guys, fucking hurry up.
All right, so Gareth, you fucking take off, and in the background, you see Bildrath standing beneath the gate to Barovia, red-faced and shouting. He's shaking a fist in your direction, and he says, I hope horrible things happen to you in this valley, you cursed son of a bitch!
Can Mel just give him a gold booby or whatever to try and make up for it?
It's actually a dongleberry, please.
Oh, whatever the
Well,
fuck it's called
hang
here.
on. Mel is correct. Mel doesn't have any
You would only have-
dongleberries. You would have water Davy and titties.
Listen, gold is gold is gold, right? So I feel like I would just be like, listen, he's never once returned anything that he's taken. So take this and go buy another hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're never gonna see that one again.
He looks at it suspiciously. He bites it, makes sure it's real, and says, "I
It's
am
chocolate.
It's real. I got that from a dragon.
It is cool that you took this from a dragon's hoard. It makes up for the fact that it looks simply ridiculous. I appreciate the Barovian dongleberries more, but gold is gold, as the children say. So this is acceptable.
What
we'll
is
talk-
this nipple in the middle?
Yeah, can you explain to me the sort of weirdly shaped titty? No, that's not to be addressed. Okay, fine.
There's
Okay.
no explanation for that.
We are writing out. I do actually have this written down in my show notes. Arnold, what is the road trip song?
It is.
And if you say I get knocked down by fucking tub thumping, I will reach through this.
You do
screen
realize that
and-
the song is called Tub Thumping.
No, where are we going? What's the city called?
You are going to ostensibly to Wallaki, but you are just riding down through the valley looking for Gertruda, Mary's daughter.
Okay.
You are also escorting Christina Kolyanovich to Wallaki.
Okay, so obviously I start playing. I get knocked down, and I
God
get up
damn
again. And you're gonna keep me
You
down.
baited me
Get
with the
knocked
question
down.
about the town too. I hate you so much. Okay, fine.
Sorry.
Anthony,
I would have said something else had you not.
No.
threatened.
It's fine. I'll go fuck myself.
Twisted by his own petard.
All right. Gareth. I'm going to describe this to you because you are rolling. First of all, give me a just sort of up and down perception check, Gareth. Let's see how much attention you're paying to this valley as you're rolling through the road.
A dirty 20.
Ooh, so quite a bit of attention. Lots of details catching your eye. Okay. As this road exits Barovia, you find yourself in the middle of a wide river valley. The floor of this valley stretches maybe half a mile in either direction. Very peaceful, sort of waves of grass roiling in this storm cloud laced wind that blows through the valley. Obviously, another day in Barovia, the skies are gray and leaden, the promise of rain on the horizon, no sunlight breaking through. However, riding along this pretty well-kept road, it's not unpleasant, Gareth. You sort of settle into the rhythm of riding your horse. You see the gnarled old growth oak. I gotta stop laughing at Garion riding an imaginary horse.
I'm trying to get into it. All right, I'm not seeing you guys being very immersed.
It's true. Garion is massively immersed right now. You see old growth, gnarled pine trees and oak trees whip past you. You hear the caws of ravens as they pinwheel over the treetops and into the clouds, lacing down over the valley walls. But more importantly, Gareth, you see a river start to sort of like wind closer to the road. It is wide, potentially like 50 feet in some spots, and fast moving. The dark waters turbulent as they sort of claw over themselves, rushing to the south side of the valley. Yes, question.
Am I able to tell how deep the water is?
Ooh, give me an investigation check.
You're
You're doing this from your horse at the road, or are you going to get off your horse and go look at the river?
It doesn't matter. Gareth doesn't know shit.
What'd you get?
3.
So you've heard of a river.
So wait, can I ask, because we're obviously riding next to each other, and like I'd imagine I'd see Gareth like peeking over, kind of like, hey, what are you doing? What are you looking for?
Actually, really quick, Arnold, I'm going to interject here. I love the under the table question that you've got here, but I would ask how you feel about Gareth not being with you, because he rode off ahead of you, Julian, and
okay. I would have waited for the group to catch up after we were like out of distance of the man I had like.
So you rode like a dramatic distance off, and
yeah, exactly. And then I'm just like waiting on the side of the road, like.
I would think that it's not unusual for him. I would think we're used to him taking something and then disappearing real fast. Like that's how we knew that he's taken something.
Yeah, because like if I wait for you, bing bongs, I'll never take anything.
All right. So with that in mind, Arnold, please, I interrupted you.
No, it's cool. So I asked, like, what are you looking for? Something in the water?
Wait, Anthony, can I get that again?
I said,
we are on horseback.
We are. What are you looking for? Is something in the water?
I don't know why I'm on a horse.
Well, we might have to cross at some point, depending on how the trail goes. I'm trying to see how deep the water is.
I do. Hang on. I do have that dark vision. So I want to try to look as well. Like I'm gonna see just to see.
All right, roll an investigation check with your
Arnold
dark vision.
over and Gareth is just
He's my friend.
The dark vision.
Under his breath, Gareth goes,
yeah, for a roll of eyes.
Piece of shit. Okay. I got an 18.
Okay. The middle of this river, Arnold, is quite deep. You're kind of a city slicker, I think would be the term. You've spent a lot of your time in like big cities. Obviously, being a bard, that's sort of where the money is. Country folk don't really pay much for a tune, but you can tell that this river is. Let's tell you what, you can't see the bottom from the road, or even if you wind your donkey closer to the river, you can't see the bottom. It is a deep river.
If I wind my, I do like the idea that I'm riding on top of this
wind up donkey.
Two men.
These 2 men.
Dude, you're hurting me.
I'm winding these 2 men up real well.
Some guy named Adam is in the front, like, fuck, please.
Bro, get off.
You're taking this too far.
Why is your ass so fat, dude? Oh.
I say woo woo.
He's sobbing as he's going along.
So
right.
I say to Garion or Gareth, and I say to Gareth, I'm just like, yeah, wow, that is pretty deep. I can't even see the bottom of this water. Just to kind of share the information with him.
Okay. You guys follow this road maybe a few hours outside of Barovia, twists and turns, rolling through this wide river valley with old growth trees bordering the sides, until you come to a fork in the road. There are 2 branches, one that leads right, one that leads left,
and then a spoon in the road.
Why would there be a spoon
in case of soup?
I'll tell you, I was actively not making that joke because I was like, someone's going to make fun of me. Everyone's going to make fun of me. It's going to be all 4 of them making fun of me for the next 4 minutes.
Why would I make fun of that? It's my friend.
Everyone hates me. Everyone hates me. Is the thing.
Don't hate, but also it was my friend.
There's a fork in the road, and then a spoon in the road, and then a knife in the road.
For surprise soup. You never know when there might be soup.
You never know when there might. You never know when there might be soup.
That's true.
Garion, shut the fuck up. You're on a 5-minute timeout for that pun. I'm not going to mute you, as Apollo suggested last time we recorded an episode of something very special and secret. But I'm fucking close to it. Oh, and he started a timer. Oh, fantastic. All right. Hey, this is great, actually. I'm really relaxed all of a sudden. So you guys come to a fork in the road. And there are two roads, one that leads left, one that leads right. The one that leads right looks like a very old thoroughfare. There are bits of cobbled lane poking out from the dirt where clearly like this road has been sort of like buried over. But in the middle of these two roads, sort of set back maybe 20 feet from the road, is a massive tree. It is easily 30 feet tall, 10 feet taller than any of the other trees surrounding this road. The branches are bare and spindly, rattling together like knuckle bones in a cold wind that blows across the valley. And the bark is deep, deep black, like fresh ink black, and gnarled, knotted in so many different whirls and winding ways. And its limbs sort of like hang almost like horizontally before rising up to tower over you. And I would like perception checks from all four of you, please. Gary, you go ahead and hold up fingers for what you get.
Oh, fuck. I need a minute. Sorry, my sheet is...
9 from Julian. Also, what's on the left side?
23, Gary? All right. On the left side, Apollo is just the same dirt road that you guys have been riding on. It sort of loops around the left, and you can actually see in the distance there is a river crossing down the left-hand side.
Thank you.
I got a dirty 20, which means no vampire bees today.
Nice. Arnold?
I got an 18.
Okay, pretty good. Gareth and Mel, you hear the rattling of chains and the plodding of feet and hooves. And from the right-hand road, you see a fucking pack of sled dog corgis led by one little guy in a paraplegic sort of wheels in the back, paws in the front scenario, sort of tongue lolling as he pulls his gosh darn bestest and leads this team forward. It is dragging a wagon carriage of cracked mirrored glass that is shattered in 1,000 imperceivable ways. It looks like it was beaten at every angle with a club before setting out from whatever horrible origin point it started at. It looks like the definition of a sad clown car. Every surface is mirrored and also broken. There are pieces of glass that fall as it hits a little pothole in the road and sort of like jingle as they fall to the ground to stab somebody unsuspecting walking afterwards. And mounted at the front is a massive reindeer skull that is not very securely anchored. So it sort of waggles every time it hits a bump in the road and almost falls, sort of like a dunk. And of course, it is driven by a hunched sled slug man holding reins of slime and sort of sniveling to himself as you sort of like drive on. That's his sort of like call for the dogs to run faster, is a sort of like faster. And this carriage pulls to a stop, actually just in front of you. And the slug man hops off and sort of oozes his way to the door. He doesn't move very fast. He takes his sweet time with it. And he opens the door, and out walks an older man. His hair is streaked white at the temples and pulled back very aggressively from his face, rising to a widow's peak and tied at the very crown of his head with gold wire. He is wearing very, very well-made clothes. His elegant, aristocratic garb covered with a black as midnight cloak pinned at his neck with a red gemstone, Gareth, the size of a tangerine. He's wearing leather boots with silver buckles or silver-looking buckles, and he has a silk cravat. And he looks at you, and you hear for the very first time the Devil Strahd speak. And he says, whatever he says after our bathroom break, while I figure out what this idiot sounds like. Bye! Hello, everybody. Welcome to your sponsored Libris Arcana post. We are, as always, sponsored by these amazing makers of dice and D&D accessories. And today, my girl Dianna is going to volunteer in about 30 seconds or less to tell you about how a set of Libris Arcana dice not only made her happy, which is, I think we can all agree, a miraculous feat in and of itself, but also inspired her to adopt her new puppy, Lily. So without further ado, Diana, please take it away.
Well, obviously, Libris Arcana dice make me happy every time it's dice day in the mail, because you've ever just been like really, really in it and like in the deep dark depths of your sadness, and you're listening to a lot of like emo music, and you're like, why am I even here?
I'm a creep.
Thank you. And yeah, no. And then you go out to check your mail. In my case, also a very not frequent feat because I'm in the deep dark depths of my sadness. So imagine how I'm rewarded when I open my mailbox and it's dice day, and it's a beautiful set of Libris Arcana dice. They have the resin dice, they have the metal dice, and they're always just very fun colors. They come with fun names, which I can unfortunately never remember, but that's a memory issue, not
That's a Diana issue, not a Libris
that's just
Arcana
me.
issue.
That's just me. Because I do remember that the names are quite fun. And the dice are quite beautiful and they are legible. And as far as adopting the new puppy, I was just filled with so much joy after Dice Day that I was like, I want to maintain this feeling. And I know how to do that. I love dogs and I love puppies. So I went and I got a puppy. And her tag is actually a D20 inspired by the love that I have for Libris Arcana dice and how it led me to Lily.
That is 100% a true story. Now, Garion, where can our listeners go to find their dog love inspiring set of Libris Arcana dice going straight to them?
You know what? Believe it or not, you could find the Libris Arcana dice at librisarcana.com. And even better than that, you can get them for a whopping 20% off. Holy shit. Oh my God.
And you can see her little tag. It's a little D20.
I definitely did think that was a made up embellishment for the story. I thought you were fully lying.
No, that's a fact. That's a cold fact.
You want to know what else is a cold fact? The fact that you can get everything on librisarcana.com 20% off if you use code STUPID20 at checkout. That includes the shit Diana mentioned, the resin dice, the handmade dice, the metal dice, and also book covers.
Now, Anthony, if somebody wanted to cancel that subscription just super, super quick, would they have to like talk to a person or call a 1-800
God,
number?
no, you never have to. You immediately, Libris Arcana dice always, they're like weighted to roll to D20s with not talking to humans because who wants that noise? None of us. None of us want that. It's like, do you want the Curse of Strahd? No, you want the never have to talk to any sort of monsters again. And that's what you get at librisarcana.com.
So go to librisarcana.com, use our exclusive discount code STUPID20 for 20% off anything site-wide. That includes the dice and the D&D book covers. Libris Arcana, dice for life.
That was what it would sound like if I was going really fast past you.
Thank you.
Hey,
you
funk you.
All right. All right, we are back from our bathroom break, everybody. We are here. We are ready. We're pumped to hear the main antagonist of this campaign speak for the first time. And let me tell you, I have had actual wake up in the middle of the night nightmares about this exact moment because I have to pick a character voice for Strahd that I have actually practiced for many, many hours.
A moment of silence.
I believe in you.
No.
Really self-conscious about it, guys. Okay, all right.
We'll look away. We'll look away.
Yeah, everybody close your eyes.
Yeah.
That's actually very helpful. Thank you. Welcome. You must be... Is that Garath? I see. It is so good to see you, finally. In the flesh. And of course, the one I was most looking forward to. Is that?
I know we're best friends. Are you? Are you someone that we should-
please, Arnold Stevenson? Of course, I am excited to meet you. But I was speaking to Mr. Joshua Patrick. Bleh.
Oh, I mean, that's understandable. I understand. So Arnold kind of turns and has his own like internal musical that just goes on about the deep, dark sadness he has.
Rejection. Sure.
And yeah, the rejection, inadequacy that he feels in this moment. Yeah.
Strahd, because of course it could only be he. Like, this person does not need to be. You don't need to ask his name. You know who it is. He walks past his team of Siberian corgis, and he ruffles a couple of their ears as he walks past, and he scratches them along the jaw, and he takes particular time with the lead dog, who is on the rear hind leg wheelchair, and he says, "I have been looking most forward to making your acquaintance. I like to welcome all newcomers to my valley."
Mal is just staring at his carriage, and she's just like, "Is that Prancer?"
It is, in fact. I am so glad you noticed it. The keen range's eye you have, Lady Meliore. It is the erstwhile Santa Claus's chief reindeer, Prancer. I found him to be unpleasant to the eye, and so I fixed that.
I watched him slaughter like an entire factory. It was a deeply
he
traumatic
sucks, right?
Okay, not a vampire would say that. That's not the joke you were going for?
No, it wasn't. I just thought it was funny.
No, never
I thought
admit.
was.
Yes, it was the joke I was going for.
Oh yes,
Exactly,
that
Alex,
was what
exactly.
that was what I meant, actually.
Very clever, bestie.
Thank you. I was actually just on my way to Borovia, funnily enough, and I thought that I would just sort of say
That's a crazy coincidence. We were on our way.
what?
I'm sorry. It's just like happened to look at Apollo in that moment, and it was just perfect.
Every now and then I do something that I know only one person has seen happen. A lot of the times it's Diana, and it's great. Every now and then it's Anthony, and it's even better because he'll try not to laugh. And it's
It
great.
just got
Anyway,
me. I'm
I
sorry.
just gave him a little kiss.
He did. A little kiss.
Now
It
I'm
was perfect.
picturing the donkey going to give a little kiss.
Hello, kids. But actually,
I'm gonna put him away.
Strahd notices Ireena Kolyanovich riding sort of at the rear of your party, and he straightens and says, "Oh, my lady of the night. It is."
Yeah, it's me,
Your spell
Arnold. I
sucked.
know. I know you were talking to my other friends before, and you were waiting for this moment for me and you to be friends. I don't know why you said lady of the night. I'm very clearly a gentleman in this moment. I've been like identifying as a man my whole life. But it's okay. I'm glad to meet you. I'm very happy to be here. Wait, but I do I have so many questions for you. Were you not talking to me?
I think Gareth is gonna swoop in here and just be like, "All right, well, it was lovely meeting you. We have places to be. You have places to be. Nice that we crossed paths along the way. We best be on then. Auf Wiedersehen."
Before you depart for the finer parts of this valley, I have a handful of questions. As I have said, I like to welcome all newcomers to my valley. And I had a brief quandary for you. And the fact that Lady Christina is with you fits this bill quite nicely.
We have no money.
Oh, get it. I do not want your worldly goods. I have no need of
I
them.
didn't even want to bring her, but I got outvoted.
Well,
I distinctly remember there not being a vote.
weren't we
Julian's
tied?
just fully not talking. Julian's
Yeah.
shit.
He's like, I wanted to bring her, and my spell didn't work.
Oh, wait,
Like-
that's right, actually. Apollo, as Julian Ironblade, Strahd looks at you and says, "Ah, the youngest Ironblade."
That's our accountant.
No, he is no accountant. He is
You sound just like him.
most welcome in this valley. I know how excited you are to be here.
I get it because the accountant. This makes sense. I see why they like each other.
Ah, the dots are connected. Well thought out, Arnold.
Mel has been gradually moving closer to the corgis because she's
Just like
definitely gonna
inching, just like
stretch one of them. Like she's like, yeah, that's our accountant. She backs away. I'm like, I didn't even want to bring her. She backs closer over to the corgis so she can pet them.
Oh, the faint whiff of piss stains the air as Julian full pisses himself in front of Strahd.
Do I smell
anything.
this piss? Do I smell?
Hands
Do I recognize it?
You know what? I'm gonna roll a stealth check, which I roll at disadvantage because I'm not because stealth.
I'm sorry, you're rolling a stealth check for your
Oh yeah,
pee.
part of the
Yeah,
stealth
yeah,
check, you are
to
gonna have to
hide the
explain to us
whiff.
how you're hiding the piss.
I think he gets off of his horse, so like maybe the movement will disguise it, but it just propels the smell out.
Maybe we'll think
it's
it's
like dripping
horse.
out of the bottom of your fucking
He
sock.
does that. He does that weird sort of duck walk. That's sort of like he doesn't want his pants to touch his body.
Just awkward.
Just doesn't say anything, but just kind of is still shaking, like legs actively shaking. A stream of piss running down one of the leg. Just stands in front of Christina, and is just fucking like.
Okay.
Awesome.
What'd you get on your stealth check?
Oh, like a 6.
Okay. Yeah, everybody, you smell Julian Ironblade pee himself a little bit.
You know, JP, I think will do you a solid, and he'll piss on your shoes, so you can blame it on him. He's a good boy.
Yeah, I think Julian just is one like
That dog
I'm
pissed
the
my
youngest.
pants.
They haven't asked me about my family. How does he know?
Do you find yourself welcome, Ironblade?
No, not at all.
What?
Oh.
We've been very welcoming to this hurts my feelings.
This hurts my feelings as well, young Ironblade. Are you
Stay out of this.
What? Excuse me?
I kind of
I'm
like turn
sorry.
to like I turn my body the way Strahd's body is for. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm also hurt by this. That's just.
I want to go back to Garath really quick. Garath, Strahd stops in the middle of a sentence and looks at you and says, "Surely you did not just interrupt me, young Garath.
We
Surely."
are having a heart-to-heart conversation, and you are very dramatically butting in to this, moment here. So I think you were interrupting us. I just re-interrupted you.
You are very rude, Garath.
I get that a lot.
I think it would be best if you stopped talking for a little bit.
I get that even more.
Are you going to put him on a 5-minute timeout?
Only God can do that, unfortunately.
You just took him off one of those, but if you want to put him on one
We'll have
again.
him back on and actually it'd be fine. Okay. Strahd says, there's so many facets to this fucking interaction that I'm forgetting, but it's fine. I don't give a fuck. Strahd says to all of you, but looking at Lady Ireena Kolyanovich, he says, I was just on my way to the village of Barovia. It was a quick early morning meeting. I needed to kill Ismar Kolyanovich, and I was just wondering if any of the 5 of you had a reason for him to live.
Go
Not
ahead.
a one.
Please, enjoy your meeting.
Christina gasps and starts shouting reasons for her brother to live. I'm not going to shout them out loud because I don't like talking to myself as NPCs, but Christina has...
Oh, wait, hold on.
I say, well,
The woman
Arnold
that
says,
we're taking with us was the sister from the other episode. I would have extra voted for her not to come.
Right? Thank you.
Oh, shit, we
Thank
forgot
you.
to vote. Oh, well, she came with you.
yeah.
She's here.
But
Maybe
no,
it's-
but
maybe it's short-lived.
Arnold says, wait, you're gonna go back and you're telling us you're gonna murder someone and one of my best friends? No, thank you. Please don't do that.
Arnold, you have many best friends. I am sure
That's
you will
very
not
fair.
miss
I'm very
just one.
likable, thankfully.
Mel's doing the Willy Wonka. Don't stop.
Don't. No. Hey.
I love it
All right,
so
Mel,
much.
I think by now you do get over to the corgi sled team. And you do get to pet them. Now, I will tell you, these corgis are probably
Singing
shoulder
and
high.
saying, "Oompa loompa doompa-dee-doo."
If you are wise, you'll listen to you. These corgis
Nice.
are shoulder tall to you, Mel, standing up. These are big doggos, but they look at you with their adorable eyes, and they are panting, and their tongues loll over their teeth, and they're just so excited to see you.
Love. Can I talk to them? I have a spell.
You want to cast Speak with Animals on the team that pulls Strahd's carriage.
They're big corgis.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah. I have no choice but to say yes to that. Yes, you can. Yes, absolutely.
Friendly
you can.
reminder that you did give the choice of what animals were pulling the carriage to Dianna, known dog lover, known speak with animals spell user.
100%.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yet here you are. The consequences of
That's
my
because
own
he's like,
actions.
oh, now I got to give him a voice.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
That'd be
threw a
cute.
stone up and it fell back down. Like, no.
Listen. Fine. Dianna, you cast the spell. Which dog do you go for? There are like 12 of them.
Whichever one is in lead. Is it the cute little one?
There's
Paralyzed
the cute
one.
little puppy capable one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you say?
Hi. My name is Mel. I was just wondering what your name is.
My legs!
This massive corgi looks at you, and it tilts its head so that one of its ears flop down and the other one stands up, and it goes, "Hello, my name is Josh."
No.
I'm not mad at that.
Ask
my
its last
puppy-
name.
My puppy's name is please be Alan. My puppy's name is Josh. Hey, I imagine we don't have a lot of time, so I guess I'll kind of cut to the chase. First of all, does he treat you well, or should I put him on the list?
Oh, no, he's very nice. He feeds us all the kibbles and beefs and jerkies that we could ask for. And sometimes he gives us little special treats that scream and wail as we tear them and gnash them and beat them apart.
The best kind of treats. So we have heard some pretty unsavory things about your master, and I'm a little worried about how he's looking over there at this woman who I didn't even want to bring. Do we need to be concerned about that?
Oh, the relationship that our master has. Well, technically, this is our master's master. Our master's a different guy, but our master's master has with that person is wicked creepy, and we don't like any piece of it. So yeah, we're super like team master though. So like anything he does is great, except this one thing. It's super fucking creepy, and we don't like it.
That's fair. Hey, other question. Obviously, he doesn't like it when people leave. Is there a way to get out of here without him noticing? I was getting there. I had to get the important questions about how the corgis are treated first.
Is there a way for your soul to sort of escape the confines of this sort of like prison that the master has built across these mountains? No, you are stuck here and will die here. But maybe if you're lucky, we'll get to play together first before we eat you too, kicking and screaming and wailing.
Maybe don't eat us. It'd be real cool if you didn't.
Again, no, don't stop.
Right? Like, oh no, don't.
Really quick, Mel, Gareth and Julie, did you guys have questions? Did you want to?
I just wanted to clarify that the master is Strahd, the master normal being the slug guy, right?
You do not know.
Yeah.
Actually, you would have no way of knowing that unless Mel asks it.
I don't need to. That was my assumption, and that's I would just continue to assume in that much.
But that makes an ass out of you and me.
You do that well enough on your own. So you're saying has anybody ever gotten out of here before without him noticing?
Oh, I think I heard the master talking about one guy, but then he went bonkers crazy, and then the master killed him anyway. The master, not. So no. You look really tasty.
It's so cool if you didn't eat. You should not eat people.
Hard disagree.
See, my Josh, on the other hand, loves turkey legs. And
You talking about the
I-
little guy there, the little tiny one?
yeah. And I'm going to give you one. And I'm confident that when you have one of these, you're not going to want to eat people again. Because they're like really good turkey legs. So I'm gonna
Turkey
take
tastes like
a leg
napkins. All right, good
out of
luck.
my I'm picturing like a Ren Fair turkey leg, okay? Like only the best for Josh Pat.
Turkey tastes
So-
like napkins.
So for Josh Allen here, I'm gonna give him one of the turkey legs to try and make him my friend, so he hopefully doesn't eat us later.
Okay. We're gonna cut away from Mel as she pulls a steaming fresh turkey leg out of her bag. We'll get to the logistics of that later, I'm
I didn't say
sure.
it was steaming fresh. I just said it was like a turkey leg. It's seasoned and shit.
Julian.
I want to go back to the moment where Strahd's like, "Hey, if anybody has anything that they, if somebody has any objections, speak now or forever hold your peace on why I should not kill this man." I think Julian's still shaking, still actively pissing a little bit. Says, "Well, what's the point, right? His soul can't escape. That can't be a satisfying kill. I mean, he'll either just be reincarnated or he'll go to your vat of souls, right?"
Yes, my vat o' souls. I keep it in a cauldron in my kitchen, and every now and then one of my staff stirs it with a big wooden spoon, and I go and I taste it and I say, tasty soup. And she says, that is not soup. And I say, I know.
What's your deal, man?
But I do want to kill Ismark very badly. So satisfying or not,
Why?
he led because he is a terrorist. He led a rebellion against the leaders of this valley, that being myself. And so I'm going to probably torture him for a little bit, maybe a lot of it. And then I'm going to flush his soul down the toilet until it ends up in my vat of souls. And then I'll find whatever it goes after that. And I'll kill that motherfucker again.
After the vat of souls, are they only in the vat for like a certain amount of time, or can they escape the vat? The implication of that sentence have me curious.
Would you like to find out?
Yes, that's why I asked you.
Okay. Hang on really quick, Gareth. I got to look up a spell.
Oh, good. Capture into vat of souls spell.
I spelled that all the way wrong. Woo-wee. Yes, Apollo, what you got?
With this conversation going on, would I know from our travels any other settlement or place that isn't the village town of Barovia, either from my research or from us traveling? Because I think I would like to try tell Strahd a wrong place. Tell him that Ismark went to a different place.
Lady Christina Kolyanovich told you about Wallaki earlier this morning. So you know of.
I kind of don't want him to be going to the same place that we're going, though.
Hey, listen,
could
listen,
not
bro.
go there.
You could. All right, tell you what. Roll me a history check with the highest DC you've ever heard of, or make up a town.
If you don't,
valley.
I'll tell you
Like
what,
you think-
Apollo, I will make up the town if you need me to. This is my kind of ball game.
Okay, what's the
His
DC though?
wheelhouse.
What's the DC though? Because I'm pretty good at this stuff.
All right. A history check of 25 or higher will beat Strahd's knowledge of his own valley.
Oh shit! I'm gonna give him like bardic inspiration just because like I want to look over and see the little accountant like sweating and being like, he looks like he needs a
Pissing
moment.
himself.
Like
The
he's-
sweat
yeah.
is mixing in with the piss.
You can see the piss dropping out of his pants, so you're just like,
Yeah, so add a D6 to whatever you're doing.
Right, okay.
Mel sees there's something big going on, but meanwhile, I like to think one of the other corgis is now like on its back and she's rubbing its belly and she could not care less.
I'm not gonna know. I'm not gonna know that, Bessie. You get one of these pups on its back, and you get to scratch that belly.
That's so cute.
Right, okay. I'm gonna roll the bardic first.
And I'm gonna
It's only
hope
a
that they
2 on
love
the
me enough
bardic.
to not kill us later.
It's a 2 on the bardic. I have a plus 10 to history. So
What?
girl, I built a
Gambled
good
and lost.
character.
Luckily
Let's go.
for I've never encountered a situation except for right now in which the history skill is useful.
That's fucking all right.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. I need a 13 on the die to hit this 25. Okay, come on.
If you don't get it, you can just lie. I'm just kidding.
Can I guidance
That's what I'm
myself?
stupid, and that's what I'm here for.
Can I
I'll
cast
let
guidance
you.
on
I'll let you
myself?
guidance yourself. Sure.
Yippee! Okay.
Yippee!
That's a 3. Okay. So I just
With
need to hit a
on the
10.
die. All right.
10 on the
Okay.
die. Perfectly average roll.
I mean, you have a statistically 50-50 chance.
That's a 4.
No.
Okay, so I swoop in.
I say he's going to the town of Kilkenny,
think
which is
Gareth-
an actual place in Ireland.
Can Gareth just see Julian stumble and like swoop in and be like, "We actually heard that Izzy knew you were coming and fled tail between his legs into the town of," and I'll roll a deception for this, Phil Yankorthapik.
It's where Weird Al Yankovic is from.
Phil Yankorthovic.
He just
Yeah,
started talking
Phil
and he got there.
You're not gonna fucking believe this.
Shut the fuck up.
No, you
There's
didn't.
no way. There's no way, dude.
It is a nat 20.
No.
Plus my plus 5 for deception is 25.
Nice.
Are you kidding me?
Thank you. I love you.
Okay. All right. Oh, Phil Yankorthovic. Of course. The town of his cowardly ancestors, hidden in the high hills. I should
It's
have
so
kn-
fun that he's just pretending to know about this town, like just trying
He
to
doesn't want to look
fucking
lame in front
face,
of
like,
Gareth.
Yeah,
exactly,
no,
like,
100%.
oh,
He's trying to save face. He's an egotistical maniac. Like, obviously, he's lying. But he says, "Of course, I know it well. I will pay him a little visit, and maybe you will hear the screaming of his soul tonight."
I do like the idea that there's a Van Helsing and it is Weird Al Yankovic, like just singing terrible parodies to murder vampires. Just
Oh my god, instead of vampires, he calls them whampires, and all he does is sing wham hits the whole time.
sucks.
Holy shit.
Oh,
I'm all out of love. Okay. Gareth. Oh, but your deception rolls was quite good. Okay.
Yeah.
Really quick. There's a moment where Strahd holds out a hand, almost like he's offering you something. Give me a strength check, please. Not a
Just
save,
straight
just a strength check.
Okay. What is my strength? Wow, that is. I don't even know if that counts as a number. Okay, 12 plus 0 is 12.
Okay. You feel a huge invisible fist grip you tightly across your shoulders and rib cage and legs.
Good.
You are hoisted off your feet. Mel, Arnold, and Julian
Off of my horse.
off your horse. You see Gareth picked up and held maybe like 10, 15 feet above his horse. And Strahd says, "It would appear you need a lesson in manners. You are lucky that I am busy on my trip to Filyankovich, the town of Kolyanovich's ancestors. Otherwise, I would have
I
more
think you mean
time."
Phil Yankorthovic. He like spits out a little blood.
All right. Arnold, you see Gareth body slammed into the ground face first.
oh. Okay.
You take, Garion, you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
That is so many.
And then the
Wow.
grip releases you on the ground as you lay there, and Strahd sort of looks at your weak, gasping form and says, "Although it is good that I had time to teach you a small, quick lesson in how to address the master of this valley."
Arnold, take his voice.
Yeah. So I step in front of Gareth and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, you okay?" And I turn around and I'm just like, "I'm not even gonna give you a tramp stamp tattoo. What? I just met you. You're terrible."
Damn. Damn.
Harsh. Arnold, there is still time for you and I to be friends. Do not
I
act
appreciate that. You
rashly.
threw my friend immediately. He did very little, if anything.
My bones.
Arnold, let me ask you a question. I must be on my way to Filyenko Terovich or whatever.
It's a
this
great
town
place,
is.
and I don't blame you. But why this?
Let me ask you a question, Arnold. What has this man done to prove his friendship to you?
Oh, so many things. He's taught me so many things. Not to mention, he sacrificed himself for all of us for the greater good. What are
I
you
did
talking-
literally. Gareth is
He's-
like struggling to get up. Like I did give my life for them.
He literally gave his life for us.
I
He
did
is my
die
best
for them.
friend. Like what do you know of us? I can't believe you're even still here when that incredible place you just mentioned is just waiting for you.
No, I do
Oh,
need.
my
I do
organs
need.
hurt.
I do need to be running to Filyenkorovich, or whatever the town is.
Nailed it.
But I admire your friendship, Arnold. I admire it with all of these people. I admire the depths to which your soul bonds itself to others. What a terrible, terrible thing it would be
It's
for
a
something
burden.
to-
I'm sure you can share that,
for
right?
something to come between that. What a horrible thing it would be for something to drive itself between you and your friends.
Like a stake going into your heart. It's crazy how these things happen.
I like
piss
this. I
again.
like this one. This one.
Mods mute this guy.
I like this one. This Arnold, you've got a little something in you that I like. The
Probably
other
the
one,
steak fight recently. What?
The-
Oh, you don't like my other friends? My friends are so nice. I don't know what you're.
cut to Mel scratching the belly of a corgi that's like
Oh
kicking
yeah,
the
like,
air.
I feel like all the corgis are like doing that happy little corgi tippity toe
Perfect
dance
spot.
around her, and JP's playing with one of them.
This is a perfect
like
scene.
she's just so fucking happy. It's the happiest she's ever fucking been surrounded.
So
by
just
dogs.
to wrap up, no objections then to me murdering Kolyanovich
I
boy.
didn't. So by this point, Gareth is like he's sitting up, but he's still on the ground.
Okay, sort of propping himself up on one elbow. Just
Yeah,
sort of like,
exactly. Like, man, I didn't object in the first place. I quite literally told you where to find him. This felt kind of unnecessary.
You know
like
what's
a
shitty though? Like, okay, it'd probably give us those nice little light spirit points, but I also hate the whatever that
yeah, we
guy's
done like
Bismarck.
him.
so.
I'm unless people vocally object to this idea, I was thinking whenever Strahd leaves, to send. I have the sending spell, so I was just gonna like send Ismark a little message being like, "Hey, just a heads up, Strahd's coming to kill you. Get out of there, King.
good luck.
Good luck, yeah,
Time.
yeah.
Good luck.
I mean,
Get out
I-
of there, King."
But
I kind
I
of
mean, we
don't
did
care. And that
lie. We did buy him time by sending
Yeah.
him to a town that doesn't exist. So
can I? Okay, so
I
can I say
cannot
that-
do that. That's up to y'all. I'm
Can
here
Arnold
for
say
the
to
vibe.
Strahd, you know what I don't understand is why you even bother? He's clearly not capable of killing someone as incredible as you, right?
No, and he has failed once before.
Yeah, then you know what? If anything, it's kind. Is it not? I know I apologize if I'm out of turn, but like, is it not a bit entertaining to watch someone so ridiculous try to do something like that? We've experienced that as an adventure party a couple of times when someone's not capable of doing the thing they're trying to do over and over and over, and it's
yeah, like this shitty ass bar ale be back. It sucks.
Exactly. And it becomes a bit of like a gesture almost. It's like the funny part of your day, to watch them try, even though it's unacceptable and never going to work.
honest to God, Anthony, give me a persuasion roll. Actually, that's a really good point.
I mean, he's pandering to his giant ego. So.
He is, and that is
Giant cock.
God
It was
damn
implied.
it, Apollo.
I got a 19.
Okay. Strahd says it is quite funny, I must admit, seeing him flail like his father flailed and his grandfather flailed and his great grandfather. Well, that one perhaps had a little bit more steel in his spine than the other Kolyanovich boys. But it is funny to watch him sort of, the master of this valley is so blah, blah, blah." I mean, you've heard him. He sounds like a fucking idiot.
That is a remarkable impression.
It was
But-
so good. Uncanny.
I do think that I want to kill him this morning. I'm just a little bored. Anyway, this was delightful. I'm so glad you all have come to my valley. Welcome. Be welcome. Feel at home here. If there is anything I can do for you, please do not hesitate to shout my name. Someone will hear it, and I am happy to help whatever I can do for you.
You want to help us? Wait, Strahd, I have so many questions. Strahd, you want to help us? And I first of all, thank you. Thank you for being so welcoming. Not many people have welcomed us to this valley. When we first showed up, people acted like, "Oh, who are you, strangers?" And I felt a little uncomfortable.
Arnold,
No,
Gareth
no.
like weakly puts his hand on Arnold's shoulder. I think he's trying to exit the conversation.
I know, but I like. But
I think he's trying. I think he's trying to end the episode.
I like. By the way, I like that Arnold's just like, tell us about werewolves. I'm so interested. Well, that's actually why we're here.
Go ahead.
I need to catch up with my real life knowledge.
Go ahead, Arnold.
No. But Arnold would say, like, honestly, the only reason that I can recall us being here is like something about werewolves, and like there is all these like cursed people who are in the valley, and I'm curious because we were asked to help some people. Do you know anything about them?
Oh, you would like to meet the wolves?
Of course. Who wouldn't?
Why did you not say so, Arnold Stevenson? Julian and Mel, give me perception checks, please.
Oh God.
Mel, take yours with advantage because you are a little bit removed from the scene, so you've got more sense of your faculties.
I'm rolling like shit. 6.
Woof. Holy shoot.
3 on the die, baby.
Oh, my second one's way better. 19.
I'm pissing
If that's for
myself. I'm not
advantage, fuck me.
perceiving things.
It's
It's
hard.
19.
It's hard to pay attention when you piss in your pants. Mel, you
I can
hear a guttural growling from the edge of the tree line, maybe like 15 feet back from the road that you guys are on. And you see illuminating like wisps of light, like candles flickering on. You see eyes open in the darkness of this tree line, about shoulder height on a upright man. You see wolves start walking out of the forest. 1, 2, 3, 5 of them that are massive, and blood is dripping from their jowls and teeth and paws, and they stare at you with murderous eyes. Now, my question for you, Mel, is do you still have Speak with Animals activated as a spell?
Of course I do. I'm hanging out with corgis.
Would you like to transfer it to one of these wolves?
Probably really nice.
I probably would at that point. I'd probably like give like a quick goodbye to my little corgi friends I've just made, and and transfer it over to the werewolf or whatever the fuck it is.
Okay. One of them looks at you. It is a sleek gray, mottled with black. Again, like 6 feet tall, 9 feet long, big motherfucker. The actual book says muscled like a horse, but bigger. And I didn't want to say that because I thought it was weird as hell, but I guess I did anyway. So that's how they're muscled. That's how they look.
Furry artists everywhere would like to know your location, actually.
And let me tell you about their cocks. No, I'm just kidding. The wolf looks at you and says, "You should run now."
What if, instead of chasing us, you just let us go?
I should mention, Mel, that Joshua Patrick has fully turned around and is now cowering beneath the legs of one of the horses. Tail between his legs, the whole bit. Joshua Patrick? I didn't fuck that up, right?
No, am I standing near the horses, or is he like cowering under one of the corgis?
Oh, no, he left you and is cowering under one of the horses.
I just thought it'd be really cute if he was fine. Don't let me have both my dog friends and my dog.
You've been
Dianna,
given
the dogs are not your friend. The dogs are not your friend. I have illustrated that like 4 different ways. Okay, great.
100% they're my friend.
Okay, all right.
Don't take this from me.
No. You got it. Perception is reality. Okay.
I'm taking it from you. They're not your friends. I'll be the bad guy here. They're evil.
Arnold, I think there's like a brief delay as Mel casts the spell before you become aware of the wolves hiding in the trees.
Okay.
And Strahd says, with a smile that reveals sharpened canines and pearly white teeth, he says, if you wanted to meet the wolves, all you had to do was ask Arnold Stevenson.
Gareth falls onto his back from his upright position, goes, "Oh, my skeleton hurts."
Skeleton.
Yeah.
You fucking
I heard
idiot.
that. So can I kind of ask the wolf, I guess, before it comes at me? I mean, she's obviously going to be on edge, bow or whatever ready, and I mean, she's just going to ask the phone, "Who are you?"
My name is
Who? My name is what? My name.
Jeremy,
Why are you doing this?
because I'm hungry.
Oh, can I see the wolf that's talking? Is
I
there
already
a
did
tattoo?
that.
Is there a tattoo on the wolf? Are
You
there
cannot
werewolf
stop it. You
vampires in
cannot
this?
see its lower back. Stop that. Stop it. You can't see its lower back. It's also notably, I will say, not a werewolf. It is a dire wolf. That is an important detail to know for this scene. They are not
Interesting.
werewolves, which do stand on hind legs with arms akimbo. It is a dire wolf.
I was
Ooh,
picturing
nice.
a werewolf, which was the root of the "who are you" question.
Okay, a couple of details really quick while we wrap this scene up. Strahd gets back in his carriage. But before he does so, Gareth, from your position on the ground, you see a squat, dark-haired young man with a teardrop tattoo inside the carriage reach open to close the door behind Strahd as he gets back in the carriage. And Strahd lingers at the door and says, "I'm sure we will see each other again very soon." Blah. And then the door closes and the corgis right themselves and the slug man snaps his slime reins and the wagon takes off.
Gareth
Those
coughs
corgis
up
love
blood.
me.
Gareth coughs up blood. Oh, my organs. Everything hurts.
You all hear a creaking in this valley, like a door creaking open. And you turn, and hanging from his neck, from one of the limbs of this massive dark oak tree that I described earlier, you see the hanged, bloated, gruesome form of Garath the Rogue swinging in the breeze.
This is like a
You
dream
die
come true for
again?
me.
And you hear echoing on this wind, just as the wolves start snapping and snarling and break from the tree line, you hear Strahd von Zedovich laugh. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the new end of our episode, which is our merch moment for the day. We want to talk to you about all the cool stuff that we have in our store. And today it is Diana's Great Delight to tell you about our first ever themed piece of merch from one of our very esteemed artists that is working with our guest collab operation. Her name is Haley, and she has designed a badass baseball tee that Diana is going to tell you all about. Ignore the cut that's coming right now.
Oh yeah, it's super cool. As per usual, I came ill prepared. I will try to remember to wear it next time. It just sums up my life being ill prepared. It is fantastic. It's the first design by one of our guest artists, and you should definitely check it out. It's got a super badass. The front of it is it's like a bat, right?
It is a bat. It's bat.
Like a bat. It is badass. Yeah, I didn't love that. And I didn't love that. I leaned into it, but now that I've said it out loud, I don't love that. You know what I do love though is the shirt. The shirt is actually super cool. And it's again, I wish I would have had it because I would have just I mean I do have it. I would have just showed it to you guys, but it's got a super cool bat with a big old like sword. And then the back of it has got critically yes, Garion, thank you. And then the back of it has critically stupid. So you can advertise your favorite D&D real play show while you're out and about in the world, and again have a super cool shirt. I'm badass shirt, I guess. I've said it. I'm leaning into it now. It's fine. I will try to remember to wear it next time.
It is badass. You can find that shirt at etsy.com/shop/critically shop. And I will say, for those of you who have jobs in the public sphere or who might have some sort of aversion to swear words, it is the only piece of merch in our merch store that does not feature a swear word on it. So get it while it's hot.
Yes, we're gonna add some to
We
it.
are
Don't
gonna-
We're just
if
gonna
you-
start writing them on there.
If you buy it, we will handwrite fuck tits balls on it, and then you will have to wear it around.
Hey, thank you for watching. Bye. You guys see that piece of jewelry you can buy for your cat where you like put it at the base of their tail so it covers up their butthole so you like don't see it?
Honestly, if you don't want to look
I
at a
really
cat's
don't
butthole, don't
understand.
get a cat.
Yeah, it's part of the deal, man. Like if you have a cat, you're gonna see its butthole. They show it off, man.
You don't have to
Observe,
show it off.
Can we just start the fucking episode, please?
observe, mortal, my ass.